No, isn't it? And after we said forever.
No.
Hello, friends, and you're welcome to another Annaduff Does Bingo for this Saturday, the 5th of February 2022. It's a wet one out there this evening, so it's nice to be able to play bingo in the comfort of your own home beside the fire on this wintry night, Michal.
Oh, yeah.
So it's great to be back again for another bingo here for Annaduff, and the prizes are going to be a little bit bigger tonight, Michal.
Yeah, they're going up. For one line, it is 40 euros. And for two lines, it is 80 euros. And for a full house, 120.
120 euros. So some great prizes on offer tonight. There's also going to be spot prizes later on, and they include prizes for Hugh Logan's Butchers, Main Street in Mull. There's other prizes for our CDG Sand, Gravel, Decorative Stone and Fuel, sponsored by Niall Cox. There's also Drumsna Fuels, Johnny Conroy there. And Johnny will sort you out with briquettes and coal or logs. You'd need that for a night like tonight, Michal.
You sure would.
And there's a lovely cake. We're going to just try and spin this around. This is another prize for later on, and it's in the shape of a football. And this is a prize from Chocolatada, and that's up for grabs later on as well. So we'll be going down on how you can reset your books if you're playing online tonight. And for those of you who are playing on the pages, you will have 3 pages, one for the first game, one for the second game, and one for the third game. For the first game, we'll be playing for one line of 40 euro, 2 lines for 80 euro, as Michal said, and the full house for 120 euro. And before we do get started, 1 or 2 requests in to all who are playing in Cox's in Drummond this evening. A big hello to you all, and also to all in Mull and in Carrick and Shannon, and 1 or 2 in neighbouring Bornacoola playing on this Saturday. So we're going to get ready now to play bingo, and we want to wish you all the very, very best of luck. So it's eyes down now, and away we go with our first ball, and it's lucky for some. 1 and 3, 13. Six, 60. 1 and 6, 16. All the 3s, 33. On its own, number 4. In the 80s, all the 8s, 88. In the 60s, 6 and 5, 65. Key to the door, 2 and 1, 21. Last of the teens, 1 and 9, 19. Last of the 20s, 2 and 9, 29. Still in the 20s, 2 and 7, 27. 1 and 8, 18. 1 and 5, 15. In the 70s, 7 and 8, 78. In the 30s, 3 and 5, 35. 1 and 2, 12. In the 50s, 5 and 3, 53. One and 7, 17. In the 60s, 6 and 9, 69. In the 70s, 7 and 5, 75. In the 20s, 2 and 5, 25. Four oh 40. One door down, 3 and 9, 39. In the 60s, 6 and 8, 68. Almost there, 8 and 9, 89.
Check.
And we check for our first line, and tonight we're playing for €40.
Book number 249.
So our book number is book number 249.
Just checking what number.
And we can see a completed line there. Check
Second.
number was 39. And
I'm just giving a minute.
we're just going to wait a moment to make sure that there's no further checks. A reminder, when you are checking this evening, to include the check number and the book ID number as well as part of your check on WhatsApp. And in just a moment, we'll be confirming we're good to go. So we've got one winner.
Margaret Moffat.
Margaret Moffat. Well done to you, Margaret. So Margaret Moffat winning €40, our first winner on Annaduff Does Bingo for this Saturday, the 5th of February. So we're going to continue now for line number 2, and you're playing for 2 lines in the same panel for €80. And the next ball out is 3 and 8, 38. All the 5s, 55. On its own, bottom of the house, number 1. In the 20s, 2 and 3, 23. In the 70s, 7 and 1, 71. In the 30s, 30, 30. Ten, 10. One door down, on its own, number 9. In the 50s, 5 and 6, 56. Staying in the 50s, 5 and 2, 52. In the 40s, 4 and 8, 48. One door down, 4 and 7, 47. Still in the 40s, 4 and 5, 45. 80, 80. In the 50s, 5 and 7, 57. One door up, 5 and 8, 58. 70, 70. In the 50s, 5 and 1, 51. In the 40s, 4 and 6, 46. In the 30s, 3 and 1, 31.
Check.
And we check for 2 lines.
On number 51, so it's book 157.
And it's book number 157. The check number is number 51. And we can see 2 completed lines there. So we're just going to wait a moment to make sure there's no further checks. And while we're doing that, we want to say hello to Bernie Green in Arda in Longford, who is playing. It's her birthday this evening. Happy birthday to you, Bernie. Bernie Green in Arda. That's coming in from all your family and friends. And also a big hello to David Gordon, who's in Mohill with his legs up, we're told, playing this evening. And we want to wish you the very, very best of luck. And get well soon. That's coming in from all at Annaduff GAA Club. So we're playing for 2 lines and it's for €80. We do have 1 check, 1 winner.
Micheál McNabola.
And it's Micheál McNabola. So well done to you, Micheál. Micheál McNabola winning €80 this evening on Annaduff Does Bingo. So we're going to continue now and we're playing for €120. And the next ball out is 3 and 1, 31. In the 40s, 4 and 2, 42. In the 20s, 2 and 4, 24. On its own, number 5. In the 30s, 3 and 7, 37. Still in the 30s, 3 and 4, 34. Two Little Ducks, 22.
Quack, quack.
In the 60s, 6 and 7, 67. Last of the 70s, 7 and 9, 79. One and 4, 14.
Check.
And we check for the full house, and it's for €120.
Book number 176.
And it's book number 176.
Checking on number 79.
And we see a completed full house there, a completed panel. So we'll just wait a moment to make sure that there's no further checks. Playing for €120. And we want to say hello to Thomas Flanagan and Mary. They're celebrating a wedding anniversary this evening. So a happy anniversary to you both, Thomas and Mary, and also to baby Nia Cox, whose christening was today. And a big hello to all family there, baby Mia Cox. So Michal, we're playing for €120. Off to a good start tonight.
Off to a good start tonight is right.
And once again, a reminder to everyone why we're playing bingo. It's for Annaduff GAA Football Club, and the plans and developments which are planned for the years ahead, the 5 phases. We talked to James Fawton last week, the chairman, and some great ideas there.
Oh yeah, well, the first one on
The Astro.
on the Astro turf, and that probably will be finished by the end of this year, hopefully anyway, or before it in the middle of this year.
The middle of this year, and
Hopefully to get it up and running by the middle of the year.
And that's going to be something that the entire community can benefit from as well. It's going to be lit and people will be able to go there, the Astro pitch. And then there's 5 different phases moving on to the second of those phases.
The next one is the running track. This is the second one then. And the playground is third. And I suppose when we have that much done, that'll be...
Yeah. Get as far as there first, and then concentrate on phase 4.
We'll have to do something with the main pitch.
Yeah.
Then.
And the car park, and upgrade the different parts of the ground. And so
One winner.
We have one winner for the €120.
Myra Bohan.
And it's Myra Bohan. Well done to you, Myra. So Myra Bohan winning the full house and winning €120. And so at this stage, we're going to take a little break for maybe 5 minutes, and we'll give you an opportunity to use the bathroom or maybe get some refreshments on board. And we'll be back in about 5 minutes from now with game number 2, and we'll be reminding you to reset your bingo book and how you can go about that. But for now, we'll take a break, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes from now. So you're welcome back, and before we get started into game number 2, one or two more requests to mention, and we want to say hello to Conor Rillans and wish him the very, very best of luck. Conor is a senior player with Annaduff GAA club, and tomorrow he will line out for Leitrim against Tipperary. That'll be a proud moment for the club, Michal.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Well, Connor was there the last 2 years or maybe 3 years there, so he took a break for a month or two there, and he's back now again on the panel.
Yeah, and we want to
wish him the best of luck.
Absolutely, yeah, and the entire team tomorrow. Hopefully, they can put some points on the board and get a win for Leitrim there against Tipperary. And also another man from the area, that's Shane Mallon, and Shane was involved in that game yesterday
For
the under-20s against Wales, and that's a great moment for the community as well.
Oh yeah.
So we want to say hello to Seamus, his uncle, who's playing bingo this evening for Annaduff, and the best of luck with your future as well, Shane. And so we're going to get ready now to play game number 2, and we are going to be playing for €40, €80 and €120. And a reminder, if you're playing online, you can go to the top right-hand side of where you are playing bingo and click on reset. And for those of you who are using pages or books, it's a new page for game number 2. So if you're all ready, we're going to start now with our first ball, and it's 2 and 8, 28. On its own, number 1. 8 and 9, 89. Still in the 80s, 8 and 4, 84. In the 60s, 6 and 4, 64. In the 50s, 5 and 6, 56. All the 3s, 33. Top of the house, 90, 90. In the 40s, 4 and 6, 46. All the 8s, 88. On its own, number 3. In the 30s, 3 and 7, 37. On its own, number 8. In the 40s, 4 and 3, 43. $80, 80. Key to the door, 2 and 1, 21. In the 70s, 7 and 4, 74. One door down, 7 and 3, 73. In the 60s, 6 and 7, 67. On its own, number 7. In the 30s, 3 and 6, 36. In the 50s, 5 and 7, 57.
Check.
And we check for one line, and we're playing for €40.
Book number 1, checking on number 73. Yeah.
Book number 1. And we see one completed line there. So we're just going to wait a moment now to make sure there's no further checks. And when you are checking, to include your check number and the book number as well. We did mention a request earlier on, and that was for Bernie Green. I think she missed it. Bernie is in Arda in Longford. It's her birthday today, and that's coming in from all your family and friends. And also to Rachel, Aoife, David, and Lucy Mallon, who are watching the bingo on this Saturday evening. So if you're playing bingo, we want to wish you the very, very best of luck as well. And also to Dervla Collins, who's enjoying the bingo this evening. So Dervla Collins, thanks to Colin there for passing that on. And we can confirm one winner for our first line of game number 2 for €40. And
the winner is Murren Cox.
Murren Cox. So Murren Cox is the winner of €40. Well done to you, Murren. And let's see, can you make it 2 lines for €80 as we move on now with our next ball, and it's 6 and 3, 63. In the 20s, 2 and 3, 23. On its own, number 6. 60, 60. In the 80s, 8 and 6, 86. Last of the 30s, 3 and 9, 39. One and 2, 12. All the 6s, 66. Last of the 50s, 5 and 9, 59. In the 80s, 8 and 3, 83. In the 70s, 7 and 6, 76. Seven, 70. One and 6, 16. 20, 20. One and 5, 15. 2 and 4, 24. In the 40s, 4 and 8, 48. Lucky for some, 1 and 3, 13. In the 80s, 8 and 7, 87. still in the 80s. 8 and 2, 82.
Check.
And we check on game number 2 for 2 lines for €80. And the first book number coming in to be checked.
Check book number 44.
Book number 44.
Number 37.
And we can see the 2 lines there completed for 2 lines. So we're just going to wait a moment to confirm if there's more than one winner for the 2 lines for €80. And now would be a good opportunity once again to mention the sponsors this evening. And these prizes will be given out after this game. At the end of the game, up for grabs, Hugh Logan's Butchers, a voucher at Hugh Logan's Main Street in Mohull. Generous voucher there.
That's sponsored by Jason Riley and Georgina Daly.
Sponsored by Jason Riley and Georgina Daly. And there's also Drumsna Fuels voucher, sponsored by Johnny Conroy. That's up for grabs. And sponsored by Niall Cox, CDG Sand, Gravel, Decorative Stone, and Fuel, a voucher for there as well. There's a kid's jersey with thanks to Annaduff GAA Club. And that could be for a future star like Conor Reynolds, who will be playing for Leitrim tomorrow. There's this beautiful cake and really nice design on this. Hopefully you can all see this at home. This is sponsored by Chocolatada. And did we say that right? Chocolatada, that's it. Lovely, lovely football. It's a cake and that's up for grabs. And there's 2 bingo books as well, sponsored by Owen Gill, who's a player with Annaduff GAA Club and a senior player at that. Those 2 bingo books will be given away at the end of this game.
So we have 1 winner.
So we have 1 winner.
Margaret McNabola.
Margaret McNabola. Don't know if there's a connection there with our last winner. Happy house tonight, Margaret McNabola. No connection. So well done to you, Margaret. And you win €80 as we move ahead now. And it's eyes down to fill the house for €120. And the next ball out is 2 and 5, 25. Last of the teens, 1 and 9, 19. 10, 10. In the 20s, 2 and 6, 26. On its own, number 5. One little duck, on its own, number 2. No column for the sound effects. We have Avril. In the teens, 1 and 4, 14. In the 70s, 7 and 2, 72. In the 30s, 3 and 8, 38. One and 7, 17. One door up, 1 and 8, 18. In the 60s, 6 and 8, 68. In the 30s, 3 and 5, 35. 40, 40. In the 50s, 5 and 4, 54. Still in the 50s, 5 and 2, 52. In the 40s, 4 and 7, 47. In the 30s, 3 and 4, 34. In the 70s, 7 and 8, 78. And we check for the full house of €120 for game number 2 this evening. It's Annaduff Does Bingo online. It's week number 4 and still 2 weeks to go. Be sure to tell a friend for next week, and we'll let you know how you can get the bingo books and play next week when it will be week number 5. So our
Book number 248.
book number is 248.
Check on 34.
And it's check on 34. So we see a completed panel there. So there's a completed panel, and we're just going to wait a moment to see if there's any further winners or checks for the full house on game number 2. And while we're doing that, we want to say hello to Matty and Emma Cox, and we want to congratulate them on the birth of baby Chloe, sister for Maeva. So big congratulations to Matty and Emma Cox. So a reminder, coming up after this game, it's going to be the spot prizes. They'll be handed out, and the 2 bingo books as well.
One winner.
So we have one winner, and this is for €120.
Liz Gilban.
Liz Gilban. So well done to you, Liz. Liz, you have just won €120 with thanks to Annaduff Does Bingo, and well done to you and to all the Gilbans who are playing bingo on this Saturday. So on that note, we're going to take a little break for a few moments, and we'll be back with the spot prizes, and they'll be given away in just a couple of minutes from now.
It's gone.
And we're about to hold our draw now, and we'll hand over to Colin.
Hello everyone again for week 4. We're doing the spot prizes now. We get Michal to pull out the tickets. We want to thank everyone again for supporting the club. There was, I think, over 160 players playing tonight, which was great. So thanks very much to everyone. So the first spot prize is okay. It's the €50 voucher sponsored by Jason Riley and Georgina Riley. Yeah. Thanks very much, Jason. Michal. One of them I'll do, Mick. 241.
Patricia O'Reilly.
Patricia O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Second spot prize is Johnny Conroy from Snap Fuels. Thanks very much to Johnny for sponsoring.
Yeah. Oh, high one again. 259.
Rian Farrell.
Very good.
Oh,
Downstairs today with the christening.
Do you want to
Niall Cox, €25 fuel voucher. $95.
Trace Flanagan.
Oh, very
Yeah.
good. All right. Spot prize from Shakhtar. I'm afraid to turn it upside down. Use it.
We'll get Mike to call this one. 203, another high number.
Katrina Faulkner.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Another top Katrina. We have a kids jersey sponsored by Annaduff GA.
We don't have a
We
jet.
don't have it, but we have to give the details to Therese and she will organise.
So whoever wins needs to get in contact with me or Genevieve and we'll sort the
We'll
rest
sort
out.
you out.
The best of luck.
146.
Genevieve is smiling. She
No,
must
I
know
don't
who the
have a
winner
clue.
is.
No, I don't have
Trace Charles.
Well done, Trace.
Delighted with that one. And 2 books for
We
next
have
week.
2 bingo books sponsored by Owen
Owen.
Gill. Thanks very much, Owen. Owen gave us €20 here last week for the 2 free books.
Owen's godfather. Or
Owen is the
Mia,
godfather
Mia's
of Mia.
godfather. 41.
It's somebody we know.
Our own Emer Cox.
Oh, very good. Emer.
Emer Cox, well done. I think she's married to Derek. 210, 210.
Mary Gordon.
Yeah, this is the spot prizes. So look us, keep sponsoring or keep paying your money in and we can keep putting the money up. We've 160 playing this week, so it's powerful. Keep doing your best to sponsor the club and we'll keep trying to put up the money if you keep doing that. So thanks very much. See you next week. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Colin and Genevieve there for that. And in a moment, we're going to continue with game number 3. A reminder, if you want to reset your bingo book now, if you're playing online, to go to the top right-hand corner and click on reset. And for those of you who are playing on pages, it's the page number 3 as we get ready to play for 1 line for €40 once again on Annaduff Does Bingo. Big thanks to all the sponsors there as well for giving away those wonderful prizes this evening. So we're going to get ready now, and it's eyes down. And the first ball out is 7 and 3, 73. On its own, number 1. In the 60s, 6 and 4, 64. In the 50s, 5 and 8, 58. One door down, 5 and 7, 57. Still in the 50s, 5 and 2, 52. In the 30s, 3 and 2, 32. In the 20s, 2 and 4, 24. One and 4, 14. All the 8s, 88. In the 70s, 7 and 6, 76. In the 50s, 5 and 6, 56. Top of the house, 90, 90. All the sevens, 77. 80, 80. On its own, number 5. In the 40s, 4 and 8, 48. 11, all the ones. 3 and 5, 35. In the 40s, 4 and 1, 41. On its own, number 4. In the 20s, 2 and 5, 25.
Check.
And we check on one line for €40 for game number 3.
Two checks.
And we have 2 checks coming in.
So the first check is on book 188.
188.
Number 41.
And it's number 41. You're happy there, Michal?
Yeah.
So we have one line there, and
The second check is on book 76.
book number 76.
Number 4.
Number 4. So we have one line there, and a reminder that it goes down to the sequence of play. We may be playing with a little bit of a delay for some of you following YouTube, and for those of you who are following WhatsApp, there may be a little bit of a delay in the numbers by the time that the line or panel or 2 lines are completed. So we have one winner.
Katie Bohan.
And it's Katie Bohan. So Katie Bohan has just won €40. So well done to you, Katie. As we play now for 2 lines, and this is €80 up for grabs. 4 and 2, 42. On its own, number 7. In the 50s, 5 and 4, 54. In the 30s, 3 and 1, 31. In the 60s, 6 and 2, 62. In the 20s, 2 and 8, 28. Seven and 2, 72. Almost there. 8 and 9, 89. In the 20s, 2 and 7, 27. In the 30s, 3 and 8, 38. In the 60s, 6 and 3, 63. All the 4s, 44. In the 50s, 5 and 1, 51. In the 30s, 3 and 4, 34. bullseye. 50-50. Still in the 50s. All the 5s. 55. In the 70s. 7 and 8. 78. In the 80s, 8 and 5, 85. One and 6, 16. On its own, number 6. In the 40s, 40, 40. And we check for 2 lines for €80. And
We're just waiting on a book number.
we're just waiting for the book number to come in. And while we're waiting for that, it's a good opportunity to mention the Annaduff GAA 50-50 draw. It takes place every Sunday afternoon live on the Annaduff GFC Facebook page. And also the Ireland Lights Up Walking Initiative. It's running from now until the 2nd of March. And we hope to have our own walking track on the grounds at the club in future years, which this is all part of, the fundraising effort by Annaduff GAA Club. And this Thursday, they'll be meeting for the walk in Drummond in the village every Thursday evening at 7:30 p.m. Everyone is welcome, meeting in the car park on the Harbour Road behind Cox's Steakhouse, ready to head off at 7:30 p.m. Bring your high-vis vest and follow all current public health guidelines as well. The walks will be dedicated to Aisling Murphy. Rest in peace. We want to say hello to Bernard and Anna and to Michael and Rose as well, who are probably playing bingo out there this evening. And we want to say well done to all our winners so far. We've got the book number.
Number 246, checking on number 6.
And it's number 246, checking on number 6. And we're playing for 2 lines, Michal. You're happy there. We can see 2 completed lines. So we do have 2 lines there completed. Just waiting to see if there's any further checks. And while we're waiting for that, Michal, a reminder that next week we'll be on to week number 5. Again, some fantastic offers and prizes on offer. The books will be available this coming Thursday evening between 7 and 8 at the club.
At the clubhouse.
And again on Friday as well. For anybody who wants to play bingo.
To get a book, they can get Annaduff pitch at between 7 and 8 on Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, and be sure to tell a friend as well and let everyone know. So it's one winner.
One winner, but joint is Owen and Porrick Mahan.
Owen and Porrick Mahan, joint winners tonight. So well done to you both, Owen and Porrick, and they win €120. That's €80.
Sorry, 80.
So it's €80. We're ahead of ourselves on that. We're ahead of ourselves on that. So it's €80 just to confirm, Owen and Porrick, and we are about to play for the €120 now, and we're about to fill the panel. And the next ball out is 5 and 9, 59. In the 30s, 3 and 6, 36. In the 60s, 6 and 1, 61. Two Little Ducks, 22.
Quack, quack.
He's back.
I never left.
On its own, number 8. In the 70s, 7 and 4, 74. 2020. And on its own, number 3. 7070. 1 and 5, 15. In the 40s, 4 and 6, 46. In the 50s, 5 and 3, 53. One little duck, quack, quack, number 2.
Quack.
And in the 60s, 6 and 7, 67. 30, blind 30. In the 80s, 8 and 1, 81. Key to the door, 2 and 1, 21. In the 70s, 7 and 5, 75. In the 30s, 3 and 7, 37. Six 60. In the 80s, 8 and 7, 87. 1 and 7, 17. Last of the 60s, 6 and 9, 69.
A check.
So we have a check,
A few checks.
a few checks coming in, and again, it does go down to the sequence on how the numbers are played with the checks this evening. And we want to say a big thanks to Jonathan Conroy, Drumsna Fuels, for the voucher earlier on, to Niall Cox as well, CDG, Sand, Gravel and Decorative Stone and Fuel, the voucher given away earlier on. Hugh Logan's Butchers, Main Street, the voucher given away there as well, and the cake by Chocolatada in Drummond, and the kids' jersey as well, with thanks to Annaduff GAA Club, and the 2 bingo books sponsored by Owen Gill. So those were the prizes on offer this evening.
Okay. We have a few checks, but the first one, on the first number out, is book ID 215.
That's book number 215, and this is based on the ball that was in play first, and we can see a completed panel there, and the check number there
Is number 87.
number 87, and we can see that.
Okay,
So that's a completed panel.
the next book is number 75 on check number on 17.
And it's number 75. You can see the full panel there. Michal, you're happy?
Yeah.
And the final check was on book 259.
And 259.
And check number 69.
We can see the panel there
Yeah.
completed as well. All of those completed panels.
So there's one winner.
So it's one winner,
The first number out, and the winner is Gary Cox.
Gary Cox. Well done. Gary Cox, you have just won €120, and I think we can confirm it at that. That's all our games played for this evening. That's week 4. Reminder, once again, if you'd like to play next week, the Annaduff Does Bingo, the books will be available from the club grounds on the Infor at 7 to 8 on Thursday, and again on Friday at the same times. Anything to add to that, Colin?
No, just keep buying them, please.
And we'll be back again next week at the same time, same place. Big thanks to Micheál for all his help this evening and for overseeing things, making sure that we were doing it right, that we weren't going through any shortcuts or anything here with the bingo. And a big thanks to Micheál, to Colin as well, Genevieve, Avril and Oriel, who do everything here behind the scenes. We'll be back next week at the same time. And until then, enjoy the rest of the weekend. Bye-bye.